had the honor and delight of studying with Alicia, Suskin, Ostriker when I was at Rutgers. I was able to kind of audition to get into her creative writing class as a sophomore. And so I spent 3 years studying with her, and she also was my thesis advisor as well. One wonderful thing about her is that I used to think of poets being on pedestals, and one of the first poems I read that she wrote was called Baby Shit Serenade. And so it kind of dispelled the notion of, for me, what is poetry? Is it serious? Is it about nature all the time? Another thing that I've kept with me over the years is the idea or the necessity of belonging to a regularly meeting writers group, a critique group, where a bunch of your colleagues would read each other's works and give you honest feedback on them. And if you're lucky, there might be some marketing tips in there as well. And she also was important for teaching me how to end a line of poetry and always to leave an important word on the end of the line, not a word like or the, to kind of make the reader guess what might be on the other line. And this is actually a technique called enjambment. The line would exist on its own, but then when you ran it and read it through, the line after that, it could take on another meaning or maybe another two meanings. So I would say those are probably the most important lessons I learned from her. In addition, professionalism. When I was working on my thesis, I had the nerve to hand her a first draft of single-spaced type, and there were typos all over, and she said, "You expect me to accept this, to even read this? I won't even read it." And now, I mean, I've heard editors and agents say when they get a manuscript that has a typo on page 1, that's it. They don't read further, because that shows that you're not professional and that you don't respect their professional time. So that is one of the things that I share with my students about succeeding in any business, is to be professional.